We shall now go on to our next presentation, Dr. RAMKRISHNA TADANKI, who is a senior surgeon from RKI Center, his own center, Guntur, Andhra Pradesh, and he is going to show us another interesting video. Well done. On to you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, AIOS, for giving me this opportunity to present my case of double excision of with suspected long antigressors. I start off with making the main tunnel at two side ports. As this is a white cataract, I stain the anti-capsule with black and blue. I'm showing the initial steps in fast forward as the video is becoming longer. I'll be pausing the video in between whenever I feel I need to explain in a greater detail. After staining with black and blue, the antechamber is reformed with OBD and the capsule is punctured with the cystito. Now I make a mini rexis and all the loose cortex is removed with simple cannula. With the simple cannula, the nucleus is rocked this way and that way to free up the loose cortical matter. The loose cortical matter is aspirated and the capsular bag is debugged. Now, an incision is made on the rexis margin and a secondary rexis is initiated. I was going quite predictably. There was no upward thrust, but just see what happens here. I pull the leading edge, but at 7 o'clock, I could feel the resistance, which could be because of the wrong antizones. I see that I've not gone to the periphery, but still I could not look at the rexis there. The same thing I'm showing in high magnification for you to understand clearly. One could see that the rexis has not gone to the periphery, but still the zonules have stopped the rexis from propagating. So I tried to finish off the rexis by trying to give a sharp pull, but I was really doubtful that I might end up with the zonular dialysis. So I initiate the rexis from the other side, make a nick from the anticapsule, and then I try to make the rexis from the other side. So even here, I face the same kind of problem. So now I've aborted making a rexis, and then I'm in a confusion whether to proceed with FECO or to convert to SSCS. Your capsular tags are cut and removed. As the nucleus is soft, I've decided to do FECO only. So I reform the anterior chamber with OBD, and then the soft nucleus is pulled out above the iris plane. The nucleus is cart-filled, then the anterior chamber is filled up. So whenever we are faced with this kind of situation, one has to always replenish the OBD repeatedly to protect the endothelium. If you observe carefully, I'm holding the nucleus and pulling it up to avoid any stress on the zonules or on the capsule. So now the nucleus is chopped into multiple pieces and each piece is emulsified and removed. Now the last piece is pulled and then it's emulsified. Now it is time to do IA, which I am showing again in fast forward motion. So all the cortex is removed with bimanual IA, making sure that I don't pull the loose capsular tag. So all the cortex is removed, and then the posterior capsule is polished, and then the anterior chamber is reformed with OBD. Now the lens is injected into the capsular bag, and then the haptics are positioned in such a way that the haptics avoid the area of capsular weakness. The lens is dialed into position perpendicular to the position of the capsular break, and at the end of the surgery, the OBD is removed and the anterior chamber is reformed. Anyone can face this kind of situation. The idea of showing this video is to demonstrate how to do an uneven FECO even when we don't have a continuous rexis. Thank you for watching.
Thank you very much, Dr. RAMKRISHNA. That was a very relevant, wonderful video, practical situation which comes up to us in our day-to-day surgeries. I just wondered, I would want my expert panel to comment on this. I just felt that the initial rhexis was a little extended, I mean, eccentric, and that could have been the reason for that extension. The second question is, I felt that again that the in the bag phacoemulsification could still,
Have been done.
have been done with all the due precautions. And the third thing is, how commonly do you actually see this anterior insertion of zonules in our practice? So, Ramurthy, Dr. Mohan, Gaurav is not a Gaurav. Any of you could answer?
It's very common actually.
Yeah.
If you notice, because he went beyond that 6 or 6.5 millimeter zone.
Yes,
Once
yes.
you go beyond that, no, you don't have any control because the zonules are getting inserted there, especially in a hypermature cataract like that. No, it's very common, and that's the reason probably it went. Also, I think we wanted we were analyzing Rahul Shukla's video and also this thing wherein you decompress, you have to decompress. You can't. It's very difficult to decompress totally with the Simcoe cannula. So decompress the posterior compartment. So that's why I think we should use a phaco probe to decompress, because still some amount of pressure will be there, and that's the reason, probably one of the reasons also, because he went too far into the periphery, into the zonular attachment. That was the reason for that. I still, because the cataract was not a very hard cataract, it was probably about grade 2. I still would have done the phaco in the bag itself, the vertical chop technique, or maybe slightly in the iris plane, instead of bringing it totally into the anterior chamber. These are small things I've done.
Dr. Rajesh? Yes, Dr. Rajesh.
Can I just add one thing? What I have felt whenever, if we try to enlarge the capsular rhexis, if we are holding it a little away, long distance away from the exact point of tearing, then there is risk of that point of tear getting extended into the periphery. So it's always advisable to hold it closer to the area where it is tearing. You tear it to some extent, to some degrees, and then again leave, again go close and again hold it. That will never go extend